You ever hear about a game that takes stuff that's good about other games and combines it and elevates it into a really enjoyable and good product, and people use that as the basis for wanting to say it's not actually good? Claire Obscure Expedition 33 has come out and taken the gaming industry by storm. It's the highest rated game on Metacritic. It's getting rave reviews from critics and audiences alike, but the contrarians are out in full force trying to reduce it to merely the sum of its parts. It's a party-having, turn-based RPG with some active elements like timed button presses to enhance attacks or parry or dodge, and if you were to describe it by similar recent properties, you might say it's like a mix of Persona, Sea of Stars, and Final Fantasy, or whatever else you think it reminds you of. Those are all great places to take inspiration from or borrow and tweak mechanics, and people with zero IQ use that as fuel to insult it. They're like, oh, this game can't be good. It's just a mishmash of other games put together. That's like saying, oh, a burrito can't be good. It's just a mishmash of beef and cheese and a tortilla. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? How are you going to list the ingredients of an amazing dish as the reason why the dish can't be amazing? How do people like spaghetti? It's just pasta and sauce. I don't get it. You sound stupid as hell, dude. Put a dunce cap on and sit in the corner playing games that never took inspiration from anybody. Good luck finding one. Sometimes gaming nirvana is about finding the perfect equation. The best parts of this, plus the best parts of this, plus the best parts of that, equals an amazing game. If you look at it like, oh, this is just a bunch of repackaged elements cobbled together into some bullshit, you're completely failing to recognize the finished product and unfairly reducing it to its bare components, which is a false premise to begin with because Expedition 33 has a unique identity all its own with its narrative and some of the other mechanics it brings to the table itself. Some people look at the combat and go, wow, turn-based combat, so original. Dude, if you're that reductionist, you simply can't be communicated with. It's dishonest framework right out of the gate, and anyone could say something similarly stupid about whatever your favorite game is if they also felt like being an obstinate, snotty twat. Wipe your nose saying shit like that, bro. Stuff some cotton balls or toilet paper up there, because you're going full cub chew. That's a Pokemon with a famously runny nose if you're unfamiliar. If you don't like turn based combat, fine, you don't have to. But every time a game that has it garners acclaim of any kind, for some reason some people want to come out of the woodwork unprompted to just spout, I hate turn based combat, into the ether. I'm begging to know who asked. Look at the comments of any YouTube video showing off any turn based game. People just say it like an interviewer came up to them with a microphone and begged for their opinion. Turn based combat? No thanks. This game looks neat. Too bad about the turn based combat. Why do people put turn-based combat in games when I personally don't want them to? Like, go somewhere else, dude. Go enjoy a game that has mechanics that you're into. But turn-based games are getting Game of the Year nominations left and right these days, so they clearly have quality that a lot of people recognize. Baldur's Gate 3, Metaphor ReFantazio, now Expedition 33. These games are certified bangers. Expedition 33 also blends some active elements in there, so you still have to manually dodge or parry attacks with good timing or press other buttons with good timing to enhance your attacks. It's not a game where you decide what action to do and then look at your phone till it's your turn again. The other part of the discourse that this game brings into focus is the crime of having a story that requires you to log off of TikTok in order to understand and appreciate what's happening. This game doesn't even have Kingdom Hearts levels of cutscenes in terms of length or amount, but the same displeasure is being brought up if you go into anybody's stream who's playing this game, and whenever there's dialogue, the chat is filled up with boring, yap fest, where's the gameplay? I appreciate that certain people have different tastes in games, but there does come a point where if you doth protest too much, I can only assume it's because you're either illiterate or you just have ADHD. Like, it's not normal to be that anti-narrative. If there's a break in the action that lasts longer than 30 seconds and your brain simply can't handle it, maybe the problem is within. If you can't watch a 30-minute episode of a TV show without looking at your phone, translate your understanding of your own cognitive inhibitions from one art form to the next. In other words, if you know your attention span is trash, take that into account before you accuse a game of being boring. As someone who has spent a lot more time in certain games watching cutscenes, Expedition 33 does a great job of inserting a healthy amount of gameplay between them. It only starts out a little bit slow because it has a lot of plot setup to establish in the first half hour to get you invested in the story as early as possible. Once I learned what I was about to do and why I needed to do it, I was hooked the whole rest of the game. The premise is so interesting, and it needs a little time to make that apparent, so that's where the game asks you to stop splitting your attention in 8 different directions and just give yourself to it. You are not going to appreciate a story if you are scrolling TikTok, or in a 6-person voice chat on Discord, or listening to random-ass music on Spotify while half-assedly doing homework. The fact that people watch whole-ass movies or TV series on their phone still boggles my mind. You need a fucking magnifying glass? There's no way you're locked in. These days, a lot of people are just incapable of giving their full attention to something, and it is seriously hurting their comprehension. I also don't recommend consuming art that you care about if you're drunk or high. Even if you like something more in the moment, it's just fake and fleeting, and you'll look back on it like, was that really that good, or was I just stoned or shit-faced? Anyway, Expedition 33 kicks ass, and that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. Watch all my other videos unless you're paying attention to something else, and I'll see you guys next time.